my pleasure to be talking with Malcolm Mitchell. You just did a little something called the Super Bowl. You're with the New England Patriots and you won. You're 23 years old. Let's talk about the Super Bowl win.
It was a phenomenal game. You know, I think it'll go down as one of the best games in football history. At least that's what they say.
Well, what do you say? I mean, you were in it, 23 years old.
Yeah.
Where's your ring, by the way?
I don't have it yet, but I am looking forward to getting it.
All right, so we brought you here to talk about being a published author.
All right.
Reading as a kid, you didn't do too much of it. Tell me the story about that.
So growing up as a kid in Valdosta, Georgia, it was easy to gravitate towards football. And, you know, it has paid off. I was able to participate in a Super Bowl. But, you know, it also has some consequences because education is not a huge priority. So growing up, I paid more attention to athletics than education.
Are you trying to turn that around now? That's what you're trying to do, your message, because you're changing the world.
Thank you.
By being a children's book author and talking about the magic and talking about reading.
Well, while I was in college, you know, I began to indulge in reading because I didn't want to be just a typical athlete. I wanted to be something more, somebody that could strive to be their best and reach their full potential. And I knew there was no way I could do that without being able to read effectively.
So when you got to college, you were reading at what grade level?
I would say probably a middle school grade level. You know, I couldn't read certain books, and even the first book I tried to read when I decided to go on this reading journey, I couldn't even read and had to start all over.
Who was a mentor for you, Malcolm, that said, or was it just yourself, that you said, I gotta grab this, I gotta learn how to read, I can't be at this level?
I think my mom, as far as instilling a mentality to be the best I could possibly be, not just in football, but in life. So when I looked at myself beyond the game, I realized I wasn't doing well. And I know the biggest reason is because I couldn't read. Tell me, are you getting support from your players? Are they helping you? And if so, what are they doing for you to get your message out there? A lot of the guys will support any message that I try to send out if it's on social media. A lot of the guys in the locker room actually ask for book recommendations.
Really?
Yeah, they will.
And what do you tell them?
I give them whatever book that I'm reading and whatever I think they'd like based on their personality. Wow,
so you are giving out advice now about books. What's your favorite book?
One of my favorites is Unbroken, which is about a World War II vet who deals with a lot of adversity but overcomes it.
Now, we've seen a lot of reports that you are in a book club with a whole bunch of women.
All right.
How's that working out for you? And are you still active now that you're out of season?
It's phenomenal. You know, I'm in the group email. They also text me, regardless if it's about football or telling me the book that's next to read.
What are you reading now?
I'm reading a book called Havana Nocturne, which was a suggestion by somebody on the Patriots media staff.
And what's it about?
It's about when the mobsters from the U.S.
Oh, so you run the whole gamut of reading things.
Yeah, I kind of hesitated because I don't know if I should talk about the stuff that takes place in that book.
Let's talk about this book.
That's perfect.
So, The Magician's Hat.
Right.
Did you get full-on control of this book in its writing, in its illustrations?
Right. It's actually self-published. I did it while I was in college, you know, because I wanted to send a message that, you know, reading is important to me, not because I was able to reach the platform that I have now, but even at a time where I was considered not to have much, I wanted to send a message that reading could truly change the world.
You're working on a second book, a children's book?
I am. I do want to do another book for kids, but I do want to eventually grow as a writer and start writing, you know, more adult books, teen books.
What would you
I don't know. I really love fantasy.
Really?
For some reason.
What kind?
Some fiction, kind of create my own world, my own story through different images that I have in my mind.
Would you write anything about Valdosta, Georgia, and how you grew up? Because you should write your story. I mean, as a rookie, you've already been in the Super Bowl. That's pretty good.
Maybe one day. I don't think, I'm only 23. It'd be tough to write a story about my life. I guess I have done
You haven't lived
something.
enough yet.
Yeah.
Tell me about the NFL. Is it everything you thought it would be? You've come off this amazing season.
Phenomenal opportunities, a gigantic platform, and just gives you the ability to change and affect so many different lives.
When you won that game, and let's face it, it was what's going to happen. You know, anybody who was a Patriot fan, they were holding their breath. What was that like as a 23-year-old being?
It was surreal.
Tell me about it.
When James Wright crossed the line of scrimmage, I totally lost my mind. It took me about 3 days to believe what truly took place, and maybe it was the way we won the game that made it so hard to, you know, take in. I always tell people it took me 3 days to realize it was reality, but when I did, I partied for like a week.
Well, that's good. Brady, everything you thought he would be?
Phenomenal person. Everybody knows he's, well, in my opinion, he's the best quarterback to play the game, but an even better person and a great teammate.
And he's getting up there in age, but he's not walking away. You think?
He shouldn't. He shouldn't.
Although we've heard that his wife says maybe you should retire now and go out on top, right? What do you think your future is going to hold? You know, you're a kid from Georgia. You're playing for the New England Patriots. You're now a published author. What else do you have to do? And you're so young, but have you plotted it all out?
You know, I don't know what the future holds, but I try to live life like this. Every day I wake up, I try to be better than the day I was before, and strive for something more, because I truly believe that's how you get the best out of life. I'm not sure what the future holds, but I can guarantee I'll never stop trying to reach my full potential.
You know, there's a lot of folks in the NFL that are not living like you are. Do you see you kind of preaching this gospel to others, and are you already doing it at your very young age?
I think, you know, I try to do the best that I can. I don't try to, you know, get in between what somebody else thinks is best for them. People are going to live the life they want to live, and if they ask for my opinion, I'll give it. But other than that, I just try to, you know, do what's best.
So you grew up in Georgia, and now you're living in Boston. What's the difference there besides that it's a lot colder?
Yeah, that's the biggest difference.
Are you liking life in Boston?
I love everything about it.
Yeah.
I love the New England area. I love the people, and the way they support that team is incredible.
You know, I have seen a lot of videos of you when you go into schools and you talk about your book and you're with really young children and you just light up.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Tell me about that.
They're pure emotions. The kids can care less about the things that are going on in your day. They don't care how long you've been awake. They don't care how long practice was. The only thing that matters to them is the moments that you share while you're there. And those moments are incredible, and I appreciate every one of them.
And for others who are going to hear your message about reading, what do you want to tell them about education, about reading, about writing, just from your standpoint?
You know, I think there's few guarantees in life. Nothing's promised, but there's one thing I've learned that is a guarantee. If you begin to read, your life will change in a positive way. And I've done a lot of research, and I've lived it through my own personal experience. And on our website, readwithmalcolm.com, we share those stories of, you know, how reading can truly change the world.
Did you feel not good enough when you couldn't read?
I didn't feel like I was doing my best.
Good way to put it. Malcolm Mitchell, thank you so much for coming on, and we look for big things from you in the years to come.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Spend all night kissing, and if one was right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked if I'm so wishing and found the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Need to keep locked in the grocery store, but mine just to save time. Skip right ahead to the nice ride.